Good morning. This is Coffee with Pam today. This is my favorite vista of my property. Probably the selling point of why I bought it, because I really am a nature lover. I love the wildlife. I love the trees. I've read a lot of books about nature and mental health, and I really have come to believe that now. I wonder sometimes, I've had more time to think since I've been up here, even though I feel pretty busy. I've had more time to think because I'm an empty nester. I don't know if I said that in one of my first intro videos, but I moved because this was a transition point in my life with my kids. And I thought it would be a good opportunity because they would have a different home to come home to. And we were just ready. I think we were all ready. My kids thought I was a little bit crazy, but as my son said, Mom, moving forward, this is your life, not ours. So we'll come visit you wherever you are, but you got to make decisions for you. And they've been very patient with me through this whole process, I must say. But when they were with me here for the summer, and then they both went to college. I have a freshman and a junior. And the first day I was alone, I felt like I had been moving at the speed of light on an adrenaline life for the past 20 years. And the first day as an empty nester, the world stopped. The world stopped, and I was going so fast, I almost fell down. I felt like I was going to fall off because there was a silence that I can't really explain. And I was looking forward to it. I was looking forward to my new adventure and kind of rediscovering who I am and recreating who I am really at this point in my life. I thought, I don't want to just sit in my old place and miss them. So this makes the transition easier for that too, even though there's some hard aspects of making a lot of changes all at once. That's me. Go big or go home. And I decided to go big, big risk. But I have to say, I don't know if I'm calm about this whole transition because it's exciting and it's a new adventure. There's so many things I really am scared about, but not in a big way. I have some surprising calm. I feel like I knew that this was the right step for me. I can't really explain how. I just came here and saw the barn. And when I realized the ceilings were too low, that it really wouldn't work, I cried on the way home because I had seen it online, came to visit, and I had this dream already growing in my head. Soon after that, I decided I could take out that ceiling and make a cathedral great room and bedrooms on the other side with that vaulted ceiling, and it all worked. And I feel like I said in some other video, I think it really will work out. It's just a matter of how long it's going to take and if I will live to see that come to fruition. But it's funny because some days I have moments of reality hit and the dreaminess kind of shifts. It's either something happened that just was frustrating, or one of the people, like the architect or something, comes back with something, and I'm just like, oh, like, can this really happen? And I woke up the other day and I thought, OMG, I have worked hard my whole life to become homeless. And it was only a couple of seconds that I was like, what in the world was I thinking? I am homeless. I am living in a van right now. I have this beautiful piece of property. And then I remembered a meme that I saw that said, it was a picture of a van by a river, and it said, years ago, it used to be a creepy thing to be like, oh yeah, that guy lives down by the river in his van. It was like a loser kind of perception of, yeah, he can't afford a home, he can't, do anything, he lives in a van, he's, homeless. And the next part of the meme was a person overlooking like the ocean from their van or some beautiful river. I forget what it was, but it was the same kind of scenario in like, oh my gosh, I am living the dream, the freedom that I have. And it's funny how time changes perceptions. But for me, sometimes my perception can change within a few seconds. And I have to kind of right myself again and realize your perception is your reality. And when I'm having a good day, I feel like so grateful. Like, how did I get to this point? This is beautiful. And it's awesome. Then I get scared if I let the fear get in my head a little bit. I feel like, I start to listen to the people who told me, that's crazy. You can't really do that. I'm doing it. And I'm really happy about it, except for those lapses, those brief moments in time, or maybe it's a whole day that I'm just aggravated and frustrated, and then I can start to think of, like, I don't know how this is going to happen. I don't have all the answers. I would like to have all the answers, but it's a life lesson to let life kind of unfold before you. So I guess I'm learning that lesson in my 60s now. But I wonder, how is it that I'm comfortable with this at all? Like, how does that happen? I feel like it's not even like 50-50, like 50% of the time I'm nervous and 50% of the time I'm like, yeah, this is like the most awesome thing. It's really like 98% of the time, this is like so amazing. I'm having this life adventure that is my life. And I feel like I'm living my life. I feel very much alive. Because I'm living in a van, I'm very attuned to the changes in the weather because it kind of changes my day and my chores I have to do for van life. But there's only like 2% of the oh my gosh, what did I do feeling. So when that hits me, it shocks me a little bit, and I have to work to pull myself back to it's gonna be okay. You don't have to know how it's gonna be okay. It is. You just keep taking one step at a time. And when I slow down and focus myself, I think I've had a lot of chapters in my life and some pretty good ones. This is going to be another great chapter. This is already another great chapter. My biggest fear is I would be up here on a farm all by myself, and the community has just rallied around me and welcomed me with open arms, and they're very like-minded people to me. So I feel like I am truly blessed to have fallen into this place. And my neighbor will tell you for herself when we get her looped into this. She also feels like I belong here. And it's weird. It felt like it really was meant to be. So we'll talk about that more as we move on. But I don't know, like, I guess it's easier for me to relax because number one, I am an empty nester now. So I am living one life. I mean, obviously, I'm still very involved in what they're doing in their college, but it's not the hour by hour. What do you have on today? Do you need the car today? Where are you going to go? What's your work schedule? What are we going to make for dinner tonight? Like, it's all of that is gone. And that part I'm really grateful for. I miss them. I miss them a lot, but I can go up and see them where they are pretty much any weekend if I want to take a drive. It's within a drive distance, so I have that security there. They can come home when they want. Although it's pretty high motivation that if you don't do well in college, you're coming home to live in a van with your mother. It's kind of funny. So, number one, I'm alone, so my brain is more able to focus in the moment and slow down. And I've heard that all my life, slow down, slow down. Like when you're a single mom, you don't really get the opportunity to slow down. Most of us that are single moms and sole providers are working 2 jobs or working a side hustle to make ends meet. And then we're doing the mom thing, we're doing the house thing, we're doing the work thing. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I've had 20 years of that. It's a lot. So now I don't have that right now. You know, it's a lot to have a barn build, but there's not stuff going on every day. So I have time working a new job that's growing slowly, but yeah, that's okay. But I realized, so I have more time to just sit and slow down. And then there's really something to having nature around you. I think in the daily grind of when you're living that adrenaline life, if you don't stop and get out to nature, and it's hard to do that when you live in that life because there's only 24 hours in a day, so there's not enough time to fit it all in. Here, the gnats are driving me insane. Up here, there is nature. I don't know what you can hear of the background, the birds, and right now the crickets, I guess, and sometimes some hawks fly over. The nature of it really is miraculous. I have an Instagram called barnsteadbramble also, and I'm going to try to post some of the pictures of the small moments that just impress me, and they're just, I'm able to see those things now because I'm slowing down a little bit, and I'm grateful at this age that I can slow down a little bit, even though it's going to be a little chaotic with building and things like that, one step at a time. So I don't know if it's just slowing down, just being in nature, being an empty nester, and leaving a chaotic job that just wasn't working for me anymore. A new beginning. All those things come together have created the perfect calm. Instead of the perfect storm, maybe it's the perfect calm. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see, I think, oh yeah. You know, it's funny how you look at things from one minute to the next. People dream about having an outdoor shower. like at their house, like, oh, I'd love to have an outdoor shower, and you have like a fantasy of what it's like. I have an outdoor shower in the back of my van. The doors open up with a shower curtain, and I have a roomy outdoor shower with a bamboo or teak mat, wooden mat there, so your feet don't get muddy. And you know what? Sometimes the grass is greener on the other side because people dream about having an outdoor shower and showering outside. I'm dreaming of having an indoor shower in a house. I have an indoor shower in my van. It's a camper van. We'll get into that later. But I have a shower, but it's really, really tight. So it's not so dreamy. Van life is dreamy on one hand, and yeah, presents some challenges on the other. So I'm having a lot of fun up here, but it's not all fun and games. It will unfold as you follow along. And I have to ask, please subscribe if you haven't already. The way YouTube works is you really need to reach like 1,000 subscribers before you could make any income on this. And I am doing this partly to just tell people that I already know that don't live me that I'm okay, I'm doing well. Partly to document it because I think people need to hear it's okay to take risks and how to take risks. And even when you feel like it's hard, it works out. If I hated when people said it always works out in the end. I just can't stand that because I've been through a divorce. I've had people very close to me pass away, and I thought, no, sometimes it doesn't work out in the end. And it's frustrating when people would say, don't worry, it will always work out in the end. No, it didn't. But then that perception shift happened, and someone said to me, no, you didn't really get it. The lesson is it always works out in the end. And if it's not working out, it means it's not the end. And the end always brings a new chapter, one way or the other. So I guess I'll leave it at that. I'm starting to ramble on. But anyway, please subscribe and feel free to pass this along to someone that might need some inspiration or just some laughs at a ridiculous life that I have right now. It's okay that you can call it ridiculous. It really is. But I'm having fun. Thanks. Bye.